Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Offices Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I am with you with the area of AFM. So today we are going to take up the revision module D that is being continued there. Today I'm going to talk about GST as well. So today it's going to be a blend of income tax, GST, along with the area of costing. So let's quickly move on and start with that particular area. Okay, the first question relates to the area of costing. The question says, for reducing the labor cost per unit, which of the following factors is the most important? Low cost rate, longer hours of work, higher input output ratio, or strict control and supervision? Okay, so when we talk about the answer for reducing the labor cost, you're trying to reduce your labor cost. This can be done by paying them less. If you pay them less, why would they stay in the organization? Long hours of work, you will have to pay the overtime in that case. Strict control and supervision, this will make sure that the people will run away from the organization. So the only thing that can really help us to reduce our costs is higher input and output ratio. If you are putting 1 hour of work as in terms of the labor there, they should get the maximum output. If the output is maximized, even if they work for a lesser number of hours, even then our work is done, right? So in this case, the correct answer is C, that is higher input output ratio. Next question. In the job costing, which of the following documents is used to record the issue of direct material to a job? Goods receipt note, then purchase order, material requisition note, or purchase requisition note. See, in case of a job costing is basically a costing method under which we are actually we are customizing the work that we are doing. That means it would be based upon a customization. Okay, so that means I would be giving you a customized order to you, and you have to work upon that particular order itself. So the correct answer would be goods receipt note, then purchase order, then purchase requisition or material requisition. It is basically you request the organization to provide you a certain amount of goods or raw material or whatever you need for that particular production. So in this case, the correct answer would come out to be material requisition note. Requisition basically means to request. So you kind of request the organization to provide you the particular raw material which is required for your production. Okay, so the correct answer is material requisition note. Requisition is basically you are requesting the production area or the storage area to provide you a certain amount of material. Next question, it says that the cost unit is defined as a unit of quantity of product, then service, then or time in relation to which the cost may be ascertained or expressed, a location, person, or any item or equipment or a group of these which costs are ascertained and used for cost control. Centers having the responsibility of generating and maximizing profits, or centers concerned with earning an adequate return on investment. When we talk about cost unit, it is similar to the units that we see in terms of physics, chemistry, and even the various areas of mathematics as well. For example, if I say I am trying to find the SI unit of distance, it is basically kilometer, right? While in terms of speed, we will take it at kilometer per hour. In the same way, cost unit can also be expressed in terms of that. So in this case, the correct answer would be unit of quantity, a service or a product which is related to the area of cost, and it can be ascertained or it can be expressed. So the correct answer is A. That means we are looking forward towards this area where we are trying to find the unit of that particular quantity of product, service, or time, whatever you are giving to the organization. So what next? Next question relates to the conversion cost. We have talked about conversion cost in the last class as well. So the question formation in this case is definitely different from what we had earlier. The question says that the conversion cost includes cost of converting dash into dash raw material to WIP, then the era of next is raw material to finished goods, then WIP to finished goods, or we are looking forward towards finished goods to saleable goods. So when we talk about the conversion cost, now do you remember in terms of conversion cost we have seen that there is direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. And in this case, these are all the things to be considered. So in this case, the correct answer would be we are converting our raw material into finished goods. So I think I'll go for B in this case, right? Because I'll be putting my raw material into this particular thing, and then material would be converted into the finished goods there, right? So for example, if okay, I have a factory and I prepare garments. So right now the t-shirts were in printing because this weather is perfect to get these things. Normally you'll see that the summer clothes are made in winter and winter clothes are made in summer. So at this point of time, that is how the garment industry would be working upon it. So if I talk about it, what do you put in it? First of all, your raw material would include the clothing, and for the clothing you also need the rubber print, or you are looking forward towards print on it, or you're looking forward towards sewing something. So you need threads, you need dye, you need the cloth. There are so many things that you need. Those are raw material. The moment you make up something out of it, that is your finished good. Next question: in which of the following cases income of previous year is accessible in the previous year itself? There are certain cases where normally what happens is we earn in a particular year. We call it the previous year. We earn in a particular year, that is called previous year, and then we file the return in the financial year. Okay, so earning is in previous year and the paying off is in financial year. In which of the following cases income of previous year is accessible in the previous year itself? There are certain cases where this particular case does not apply. Those special cases would include a person in employment, person engaged in illegal business, person who is running the charitable business, or person leaving India permanently. When we talk about a person who's leaving India permanently, before leaving the organization, before leaving India altogether permanently, now they have to file their return. So for example, I am going to London. So if I'm going to London and I am leaving India permanently and settling down in London, so what has happened is okay, I have to leave on 31st of July. Okay, say 31st of July 2023 I have to leave. So what will happen? So from 1st April to 31st of July, whatever my source of income is, I'll disclose that source of income to the income tax department, and before leaving I'll show them that this is my return, not only for the previous year but for this year as well, and then I can leave the country. Otherwise I cannot leave the country. So in this case, a person who is leaving India permanently has to submit their return in any case. Without it, even the visa will not come. So the correct answer is D. A person who is leaving India permanently. Next point: long-term capital loss can be set off against which of the following? Short-term capital gain, long-term capital gain, income from PGBP, or capital gain from the head of income. Capital gain is basically the capital gain, head of income is one of the heads there. Acha, let's talk about it. Under capital gains, there are two kinds of losses can occur: long-term capital loss, short-term capital loss. Among these, if I talk about the long-term capital loss, it can be adjusted against only and only long-term capital gain, while short-term capital loss, being the younger sibling, is more generous. It says be it long-term capital gain or short-term capital gain, it can be adjusted against both of these. So in this case, if they're talking about only the long-term capital loss, the correct answer is B. That is, it can be set off against the capital gain only. For example, in this case, long-term capital loss is given is of rupees 4 lakh, and the organization has sold something and there they made a long-term capital gain. The gain was of rupees 6 lakhs. So you don't have to pay tax on the 6 lakhs. You just have to pay tax on your 6 lakh minus 4 lakh. It has to be on this remaining 2 lakhs. Okay? This portion is called set off. Okay, so let's move on, everyone. The next question is this minimum alternate tax. We had a question on this minimum alternate tax in the previous class as well, but the question was different. MAT is applicable on all the companies, on public limited companies, private limited companies, or partnership firms and companies. When we talk about MAT, that is minimum alternate tax, the minimum alternate tax is applicable only on all the companies. There is no specific thing. Alternate minimum tax is applicable only on individuals who are earning more than 20 lakhs. So if you are earning less than 20 lakhs, you'll have to pay only as per the income tax. But when we talk about MAT is applicable on all the companies under section 115 of Income Tax Act 1961. So it is applicable on all kind of companies. Okay? It's applicable on all the companies. Next question. Which of the following commodities is kept outside the purview of GST? Tobacco products, petroleum products, edible oil, or insurance products? Among the following, which is outside the ambit of GST? Okay, insurance is definitely not out of it. It is among the things that are under the ambit of GST. Tobacco, as well as edible oils. I think these things have also been a part of it now. There's only one thing that is left, and that is why the price is still high. That is petroleum products. The state governments are able to earn a little money for their treasury because of petroleum products only. Because on diesel, petrol, the states are imposing the tax. The GST is still not applicable on the petroleum products. Okay, so the correct answer is B, petroleum products. Next question. Which of the following policy has lost its sheen consequent to implementation of the GST laws in India? There's a certain policy which has just lost its value in the market. Earlier it had a major value, but right now it doesn't have that particular value there. That is a monetary policy, fiscal policy, trade policy, or exim policy. Exim is still there, trade is still there, even monetary policy is there. The difference that has come up here is the area of fiscal policy. Okay? So the area of fiscal policy has definitely changed due to the addition of GST. Otherwise, it had a very different importance earlier. Now, under Finance Act only, service tax was covered. Customs Act was also there. The service tax was also into the area of this area. Finance Act, and even excise was the ultimate area taxation there. Once these all taxes are gone, then definitely there is a particular change in the fiscal policies of the country there, right? So I think this is where I'll end up my session. No, we are still left with two more questions. The questions are from the area of costing. Dash is a summary of all functional budgets in the capsule form. Functional budget, master budget, long term, long period budget, or flexible budget. If we talk about it, is a summary of all functional budgets. It includes all the kinds of budgets: production budget, sales budget, and operating expenses budget. Then fixed expenses budget. We're looking forward towards functional and divisional budget. Functional is only one particular function to be taken care of, and divisional is different budgets to be created. So when we talk about all these different types of functions, these to be considered in one particular module is called master budget. The master budget is basically the compilation of all the budgets. So after this, the next question and the last for the day is: Dash is the detailed budget of cash receipts and cash expenditure incorporating both revenue and revenue and capital expenditure or capital items, cash budget, capital expenditure budget, sales budget, or overhead budget. This particular budget is basically a detailed one, and it includes both cash as well as the cash receipts as well as cash expenditure. Since this is exclusively for cash, the correct answer is cash budget. They will talk about what amount of cash do we have and what amount of cash do we normally need in the business, right? Okay, so I think this is where I would end my session today. But before I end my session, let's talk about our website as well for further details. This is our website www.atta247.com. If you go onto the home page, you'll find this that there is a particular area of JIB and CIB. You can prepare for JIB October 2023 by clicking on this. There's another thing that is double validity is going on our on our Mahapak. Mahapak means it includes both bilingual and English medium, but that includes revision batch, normal batch, whatever batch we are coming up. That everything is opened up for you. You can review it properly at any point of time without any hustle there. So JIB, CIB, Kamaha pack means once you buy JIB and CIB together, you are free from making any further payments. That means by paying 9089.80, all the further payments that can be required is not there anymore. ठीक है. The amount is 9089 after discount. This particular course would include, there's an expert faculty, there is interactive classes, then there are recorded videos available for you, limited batch size so that people can study properly there. So there are so many things that we have added, plus double validity is going on, everyone. Double means you pay for 12 months and you get 12 months absolutely free. 2 years are good time enough to look forward towards your JIB as well as CIB in a proper manner, because this covers both. And at the same time, when you're preparing for this examination, be very focused and please look at the not only the particular question there, but also towards the way we have solved for you. So there are so many small big things that you can take care with us. So if you're preparing for it, kindly go ahead and check out the JIB and CIB Kamaha pack. JIB single Maha pack is also available, CIB single pack is also available. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly go ahead and check it out on our in our website or in our app for further details. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll be meeting you tomorrow. Oh, I'll be meeting you day after tomorrow. I'll be meeting you on Monday. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.